Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. In this video, I'm going to discuss various techniques to optimize the SQL query. It is very important to improve the performance, even to reduce the execution time and efficiently utilize the database resources while working with the database. So if you are reading the data for the analysis purpose, so these things you need to think how you can achieve, how you can do. So here, first technique is you should avoid using select star. The meaning is that instead of using select star, retrieve only required columns. If you have a table which is storing a data for let's say 20 columns, but out of that you need a 2 or 3 4 5 6 7 columns. So whatever the number of columns are truly required, fetch those columns value only. Don't fetch columns which are not necessary. So this reduce the memory usage and improve the query performance. Next technique is use the indexation. So I already discussed why to use indexing in database. The indexing is used to improve the performance of lookup while querying the data. So you need to make sure that you should use the proper index on a column. That column is that meaning minimum those columns which are used in joins, where clause, order by, or grouping purpose. Because filtering is going to happen. So lookup should happen first. So indexation is very important for the columns which are used in where clause, order by clause, group by clause, or joins. So if you are filtering based on the multiple columns, then use the composite indexes. So create index on multiple columns. Even it's not all the time good to create the index, so avoid unnecessary indexes as they add overheading during the DML operations. Right. So though index improve the performance while reading the data, it may down the performance while updating the data. Then next is use proper join type. So we have different types of joins, and based on the requirement how you want, if you don't want null records, use inner joins. That will pull the only matching record. And obviously you need to make sure that indexed columns are used for the join. This is the requirement for the query optimization. Then filter data in early stage in where clause. So apply the filters as soon as possible to reduce the number of rows processed. Meaning, if you are performing a grouping, so you should filter out the data first, what you don't want, and then perform the grouping. If you perform the grouping unnecessarily, the grouping will happen on the data which is not required, and then again it will take more time to execute the grouping, and then again it will take more time to filter the data. So this is where you need to decide where to filter the data. So reduce the data which on which we are going to perform some kind of transformations. So that will again save our time. You can avoid functions on indexed columns in where clause. So if we have a any specific column that is index, so don't apply functions on those columns to filter the data. Meaning, see, this will be a separate execution, and then it will comparison and all will be the different. So this kind of situations you need to avoid. The next is optimize the group by and order by. So for the group by purpose or order by purpose, you should use indexed columns and avoid sorting large result set unnecessarily. Meaning, if you have a data set which is very large, don't spend time on sorting the data. Then sometime if you are pulling a data based on the result set of subquery, so use the exist instead of in. So exist operator is more efficient than in operator. Partition a large table, so to improve the performance. Database can be splitted across the multiple partitions, so that you can do. So partitioning is one of the technique to optimize the SQL query. Then you can do a denormalization or create a materialized view to improve the performance. Even you can do analyzing your execution plan. So explain statement to analyze how the query execute and identify the slow operation. So where it takes times, you will be able to identify using the explain and analyze. So these are the techniques which are used to optimize the SQL query for the better performance, reduce the time, and efficiently utilize the database resources. So this is all about the SQL query optimization. I hope you like the content of this video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice day. Please do not forget to subscribe WebChamp. Happy learning.